The same aura of mystery surrounds Julian Alaphilippe as it did the great French cyclists. He is a puncher who rides with his heart rather than his head, and he has had a star-studded career that has seen him win a variety of classics and stage races. His career has been a star-studded success. He was a huge fan of cycling in all of its guises and even competed in cyclocross, where he won 2 French national championships in the under-23 division. Julian came from Etixx, quick-step Continental team, which was Etixx-Ihned. He is a dynamic and determined rider. Hello folks, welcome back to Cycling News Live. So by the previous few seconds, guess you would have understood that we are today going to talk about Julian Alaphilippe. Many of us have heard about this French Julian rider, but knowing about him in depth and detail is what we are going to do today. Friends, before that, subscribe to our channel and comment on what you already know about Julian. So he is a dynamic and determined rider. French road cyclist Julian Alaphilippe, born 11 June 1992, is the current holder of the UCI World Road Championship and a former cyclocross racer who competes for the UCI World Team Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl team. He's Brian Alaphilippe's sibling, the professional cyclist. In Stage 3 of the 2019 Tour de France, a strong ride from Alaphilippe earned him the leader's yellow jersey. He was able to keep the jersey with the exception of 2 brief stages early in the race, until decisive Stage 19, where it was handed over to Egan Bernal, who went on to win the race. His climbing legs clearly performed better than many people anticipated. Okay, the introduction in our opinion is sufficient on its own. Let's get started on the video right now. However, before we leave, I just want to make sure that all of our friends have subscribed to our channel, and I also want to hear what your ideas are in the comment box. Yeah! The Frenchman started his professional cycling career as a rider in cyclocross before signing with the Etixx-Ihned team. Etixx-Ihned is the development squad for the World Tour team Omega Pharma Quick-Step. His breakthrough season was 2013 when he won a stage at the Tour de l'Avenir. As a result, he was promoted to the elite Quick-Step squad and went on to win his first professional race on Stage 4 of the Tour de l'Ain in 2014. Wow! After gaining experience in a domestic role, his first significant chance came in the 2015 La Flèche Wallonne. He made the crucial split before finishing second behind Alejandro Valverde, finishing ahead of Classics veteran Michael Albacini. This was his first major chance. This outcome was validated by Alaphilippe's performance the following weekend at Liège-Bastogne-Liège, demonstrating that Flèche Wallonne was not a one-off occurrence. A diagnosis of glandular fever and considerable exhaustion brought an abrupt end to an otherwise outstanding season. Building on his performance in 2015, he repeated his runner-up finish at La Flèche Wallonne the following year, before going on to win the overall title at the Tour of California. His reputation as a promising young racer to keep an eye on was established in 2016 by impressive performances in both the Critérium de Dauphiné and the Tour de France. A few weeks later, he had a tough crash on the penultimate downhill of the Olympic road race, but he still managed to fight his way up to the 4th place. And friends, you know what happened once to him? Due to a knee injury, the Frenchman was unable to compete in the 2017 Classic season or the Tour de France. But the point of importance is that the knee injury did not prevent him from winning his first Grand Tour stage in his debut appearance at the Vuelta a España. The remaining riders of the day's breakaway were unable to hold their wheel on the final climb. Stopping you here to remind you all to subscribe to the channel and to fill the comment box with your views, right? Alaphilippe finished in second place at La Flèche Wallonne for the previous 3 years in a row, and it was clear that this was weighing heavily on him. 2018 was the year to make up for this. He began his assault on the final pitch of the Mur de Huy, which resulted in the elimination of Valverde. During the interview that took place after the race, he discussed how he was able to discover the bit that was missing between the podium and first place. He capped off an outstanding season by winning the overall title at the Tour of Britain as well as 2 stages of the Tour. 2019 was, in many respects, the year of Alaphilippe. Yes, but how? The victories that came in quick succession at the Strade Bianche, Tirreno Adriatico, and Milan-San Remo were simply a preview of what was to come. 2 stages of that year's Tour de France were won by him, and he also won the hearts of the people of France as a whole. His unexpected climbing abilities, which continued well into the 3rd week of the competition, put Ineos on the defensive, and many people rooted for the Frenchman to come out on top. Unfortunately for Alaphilippe, the now famous Stage 19 landslide caused him to lose his hold on the jersey. There is still no clear indication of what his future holds for him. It is very evident that he has the capacity to survive all 3 weeks, but it appears that his goal is to make a name for himself among the greats of the classics. Julian Alaphilippe won the men's road race at the 2020 World Championships in Imola with a stunning victory. He attacked the final climb of the course and was able to fend off the other riders chasing him all the way to the finish line. On his fifth attempt, the Frenchman Alaphilippe was successful in his assault, which allowed him to win the 2021 title ahead of the Dutchman Dylan van Baarle and the Danish athlete Michael Valgren. Great! Julian Alaphilippe's performance at the UCI World Road Championships was nothing short of dazzling, and he successfully defended his title as the men's road race world champion 26 September. The Frenchman attacked consistently over the final 60 kilometers of the race in Belgium, and his fifth effort to break away from the field was successful with 15 kilometers still to go in the race. Alaphilippe crossed the finish line 33 seconds ahead of Dylan van Baarle of the Netherlands and Michael Valgren of Denmark. The race took place over a distance of 268.3 kilometers in the region of Flanders and nearly 6 hours of road cycling, including 7 laps of a circuit in Leuven. Peter Sagan, who won a hat-trick of titles from 2015 to 2017, was the last man to win the rainbow jersey for the road race. Alaphilippe is only the 7th man in history to successfully defend his title. Interesting, friends? Please comment on whatever thoughts you have and share them with us, and subscribe to the channel too. Your participation really matters, buddies. An exciting competition in Flanders. An early 8-man breakaway was quickly neutralized, and the 2 riders who won gold and silver 2 years ago, Mads Pedersen and Matteo Trentin, were both involved in a crash at the back of the peloton. This caused the breakaway to be neutralized. At the 90-kilometer mark, Garcia Cortina launched an attack, and the majority of the race's top stars immediately joined him in what would become the winning group. Pedersen gave up on the race, and with a little under 60 kilometers remaining, Alaphilippe suffered his first mechanical failure on the penultimate pair of hard climbs before the final 2.5 laps of the Leuven circuit. This contributed to the field becoming further fragmented, and then, with 50 kilometers of racing remaining to go, he launched another attack with Sonny Colbrelli at his wheel. The 2 riders were swiftly brought back into contention by a star-studded chasing pack that included Olympic mountain biking champion Tom Pidcock, Mathieu van der Poel, and Belgium's time trial medalists Wout van Aert and Remco Evenepoel. However, Sagan was unable to maintain contact with this group. Evenepoel, who had been in the leading group for the majority of the race, fell behind with 26 kilometers to go before the finish line. In the leading group were 3 men each from France, Belgium, and Italy. Just over 21 kilometers from the finish line, Valentin Madouas launched an assault, and his teammate Alaphilippe stayed on his wheel before pedaling away to take the lead. Alaphilippe then attempted to stretch the field again and was visibly annoyed that no one wanted to help by taking a turn on the front. Van Aert, Pidcock, and Colbrelli formed a chase group, and they caught the Frenchman. However, Alaphilippe then attempted to stretch the field even further, and they caught him. The reigning champion didn't have to wait long before he launched another attack, and this time he successfully created a sizable advantage over his competitors. In the men's road race at the World Championships, France had not won in 23 years, but Alaphilippe's signature push on one of the steepest sections was enough to put him up for the career-first World Championship. This video has reached its conclusion. Be sure to let us know in the comments section whether or not you found the video helpful. Feel free to use the comment section to ask any questions that may arise. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel too. And if you want to make sure you never miss an update, click the bell. Bye.